A very soaked Triple Crown here, Saturday, May 11th, 2024, back at the Great American Card Show up in Xenia, Ohio. And you can see there I'm opening up some mail. I had a nice little stack that came in, and I wanted to make sure that I got some of this stuff out to sell at the show. It was a good thing that I ran over to get the mail in the morning, because I actually ended up selling about half the things that I got in that little stack. This show was great, as it usually is, another record sales day for me. And with that said, why don't we go ahead and get into some of the deals and non-deals that took place throughout the course of the show. Let's go. I made reference to this at the start of the video, but I got drenched walking into the show. Basically, as soon as I rolled into Xenia that morning, the rain really started coming down hard, and really not that long after I finished setting up, the rain stopped, and it was a nice sunny day after that. And because I was drenched, and it was one of those days where I felt like I was running late and everything was going wrong, I probably sound a little bit irritated in these first few clips, and I just wanted to preface what's coming with that little note. I just picked up my mail too, if you want to look into that stuff.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, like that. Yeah.
I think that was all the football.
It was a little off on sticker.
Okay.
I saw a raw that did, I want to say 80.
Well, best on that one's going to be 90, so it might just be too far.
That's fine. This one I was seeing right like 150.
There's a run of some lower ones, but there's some up at like 200, so I'm gonna hold off on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then this, I only saw one at 200. That was the only comp I saw.
Yeah, that's fine. I would do like 170 on that.
That works. And then I haven't looked these ones up.
Okay.
Like pass on those.
All right.
Pass on those. All right, it was cool with 170 there. 65.
That's fine.
675.
I'm having to become more stingy on my case hit prices, especially for downtowns and kabooms, which are kind of your king of kings in terms of case hit cards, but even stuff like micro mosaics or color wheels, name your favorite Panini insert, whatever it might be, I've had to become a lot stingier on my prices just because the cost of that stuff is very difficult for me to even get into. When you're buying larger collections, yes, you can get it for a little bit of a better price, but oftentimes when I'm seeing these for sale, they're not part of larger collections or really for lots. A lot of people sell them individually because they know they can pretty much get what they want out of them most of the time, just because there's a lot of people who collect those cards. There's a lot of people who like to resell those cards, and those case hits are ever so popular in repacks. And that is the perfect storm for a high demand market, and because of that, I got to stay pretty firm on my prices there. But for a repeat customer, I'm willing to work a lot more than I would be for someone who's just buying that one individual card for the first time. I'll do like 710 on the Brady.
7.
Yeah, I won't beat you up over $10. Yep. I'll give you a little secret about myself here. I like dealing in round numbers, and I kind of messed up my math on this one here. I meant to come back at 715 on the Brady and mention that that would put us at 950 even for the stack. I do really enjoy working in multiples of 50 and, of course, in turn, multiples of 100, just because it makes it easier on the buyer. They don't have to bust out a bunch of 5s and 10s and ask for change. Usually we can come up with exact change and they can pay in fewer bills. It makes the transaction more seamless, and that's always my goal as a seller, is to make it as easy as possible for a buyer when they're coming up to my table trying to buy things. I never want to give someone a reason to not buy something from me. I want to have some nice quality cards at fair prices and make the process as friendly as I possibly can. But we settle at $935. That is definitely close enough to what I wanted on the stack. And it's to a friend and a repeat customer. Can't ask for much more than that. We're here and we're good to go now.
I see the CMC.
It's like I don't want to do this work anymore. But I'm not gonna jump the gun because I want to see what this is.
Damn, that's nasty.
Just came in yesterday. You'll notice I'll let a lot of my repeat customers just help themselves when I open up my showcase for them. I feel like being able to touch the card and have access to it like that might open their eyes to something that maybe they wouldn't have considered if they have to keep asking me to open up the case and pull something out myself. I don't know if it works, but something I've tried lately.
How's business treating you?
Pretty good.
How'd you end up doing at that Dallas-Cincinnati show?
It was my best single day total ever.
No shit.
Yeah, but the problem was I had nothing to sell really for Saturday and Sunday, so...
Yeah, well then you just use those days to buy, right?
That was the goal. And you can see, I mean, I got a decent amount back in, so...
Is this your first show since then?
Yeah.
I see that last super high comp. I just added all the PSA 10 sales up and did an average.
Okay.
And then did a percentage of that. Because like most of them are doing like 150, 160, one did 127. Can you get me to 130 on that?
I could do 150, that'd be my best.
Hold off on that one. Do 30 there?
Have to be a 35 on that one.
Do 80 there?
I do 90 on that one.
Just gonna split the price on everything I said?
Potentially. Sorry for all the background noise there. You can see that I'm countering quite a bit here, and that's, as I mentioned earlier, I have to be a little stingier on my prices. It's not that I have like 100 into that Bijan and I need to get 150 out of it over 130. If I was into it at 100, then yeah, probably 130 would be fine, but I'm into it at 145. I had just bought it that previous week. In fact, most of the stuff I had just got in within the past week, because if you saw last week's vlog, then you'll know that I got wiped out at the previous show. And being able to restock this stuff this fast has definitely been a challenge, but because of that, I have to be a little bit firmer on my prices. I don't think they're unfair. These guys probably wouldn't even negotiate with me if I was way out of range on a lot of this stuff, but on certain things, I kind of have to choose my spots and decide when I'm going to compromise while still trying to be as fair to them as possible, because they are being fair to me. I would say 180 on Jamar.
What about for the hurt?
420. 35 Burrow. 150, 90.
I'll hold off on this guy. So 420 there, right?
Yeah. 180, so 690, 625, or 725, 750.
Give me to 740 and you got a deal.
I was wondering how being a little firmer on the prices was going to work, and it seems that it's working just fine. Two really strong sales to start off the show. You'll notice he's picking up the CJ Stroud card in the background there. He'll add that to his stack for an extra $30. That's why it says $770 there. But yeah, like I said, I have to be a little stingier on some of this football stuff, and not all of it went this time, but a good majority of it did, and I wouldn't be shocked if the next time I set up in Shipshawana, the stuff that didn't get picked off this time gets taken at that show, since it will probably be larger, and there might be some even larger buyers ready to come in and spend a little cash on some football cards. But regardless, happy that we got the deal done. Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, so it's 100. Where do you want to be at? Obviously, I'm going to offer 70%. It's usually where I try to be.
I'd be at 90.
$90?
Yeah.
Same thing with him. I just can't. I don't want to blow. It's too much to blow my load this early.
I understand.
Yeah. And obviously, you're probably going to have someone come scoop this stuff, but if you had more, I would buy more. But 90, because I'm literally going to repack that, right? Going to run these things. I'll hold off. I'll hold off.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell. I'm learning to say no. I haven't, I don't want to spend $90 on, and with a $10 window, I'm gonna break even. If I don't even know if I would break even with fees. Usually 85 is like break even with fees, so I'll probably end up losing money.
It's tough for me to even replace it at those prices, so I got to be a little firmer on it.
Of course, man.
Yeah. They were talking about like you can make cards across anything, like cards across America, cards across. So now I have like a meme for everything. Like, that should be your gimmick. Like you just change your name every week, like cards across something. You just
It's kind of hard that I'm an LLC, so.
You just pay the $100 fee every week to change your name.
What are you doing those?
Let's take a look. Here's another one of my regulars here. He takes up a lot of the stuff that didn't sell maybe last weekend at the Dallas show in Cincinnati. The only one that is new that I was a little bit more hesitant to move off of my sticker was the Amonra, but if he's taking 11 other cards that I don't have as much into, then yeah, I would be foolish to let a deal walk away over that one card. And we get it done, which pushes me to where I was hoping to end the show at. And again, it's still pretty early on. Now, granted, I don't have too much football left in the case. I have some in my kind of backup case that I didn't put out, but I don't necessarily want to put that stuff out because I haven't had time to price it and get it set out. So I'm not really feeling like doing that at the moment. I really want to try to buy some stuff at this point in time, or try to move some of the baseball that is in the case off to the left side of the table. But I'm pretty happy with how this is going so far.
Did you 150 on it?
I'll do 160.
I can't. PSA 9 did 150. Raw did 150. 127.50.
Yeah, right. They were 200 not too long ago.
I know.
Buy them down.
All right.
You want to split it? 155.
Yeah, I won't haggle over $5. That's where my persistence paid off and holding firm on that McCaffrey. There were 3 different times off camera that I was offered on that card, as well as the 2 that you already saw earlier in the video. And I just kept holding firm because I knew that there was that much demand for the card. A lot of people wanted it, and sure enough, I got my number. Now, one thing I want to point out is that this guy was extremely friendly. Talking with him about stuff, there was parts of the clip that got cut out just for the sake of time in the video. But if he wasn't as friendly as he was, I probably would have told him no at 155 and held at 160. On a lot of this stuff, a lot of it just depends on approach. And some of these guys, when they come up, they're rude. They make it your problem that they need to make money. And those kind of things are just a little off-putting to me at times, I won't lie. But when you're nice about it, you're friendly about it, then usually I have a little bit of a soft spot and I will be more willing to work with you. So it just goes to show, treat others the way that you want to be treated.
I think I had 7,
7?
750, 35, and 85.
Okay. Let me look at these. We had 25 on this guy here.
I passed.
Alright. Here's what I'm seeing on this one. It'll be at 55.
I passed.
Alright. Good on that. My gut tells me to stay away from that for now. You wanted 7 on the Hertz?
Yeah.
On cards like that Anthony Edwards and the Jalen Hurts that don't sell as often, kind of have to use your best gut instinct, and I can usually imagine who is going to be the type of person to want to buy these cards and at what price point they're going to want to buy them at, and therefore my goal is going to be to try to buy it at less than what that price point would be. And these 2 cards here, it just doesn't register to me that I'm going to be close enough to even make an offer on them. based on what he's asking. So unfortunately, it's a no. There is a lot of no's that I get when I have people walk up to my table trying to sell stuff, but there are deals that do happen, like this next one you'll see. Yeah, we just look them up, see what we can figure out.
Yeah,
All
yeah. I'll. You come to a value and see if we agree on a value for each, and then total up.
So that's what I saw in the last one, is 102. That's a raw one.
That's raw.
70.
I did see the 102. I was looking for a PSA 9, but yeah.
I put it at around 100 value.
Okay. I'll see if I find a 9. I see a 9. It was August for 150. And then in August again, back to back, 142, 150 in August. I know it's August, but about 125.
In terms of where do you want me to buy it at, or where do you want to value it at?
Value.
Value? Yeah, 125 is fine. This bad one.
I think I might have that one listed on eBay right now. I had it up recently.
Last time I saw one sold was in September of last year for like 38. I do believe it's worth more than that. I would value it around 50.
200 all three? Done.
55. Let's keep even numbers. 55. This one I just got, so we could talk about it.
All right.
I'm a Cleveland guy, because I think I got it on eBay.
Oh, you did? Okay. Did you buy it at auction in March?
Yeah, I think so. I paid $75 for it, plus shipping. So that's why. I don't know. Again, I know you got to go off comps. I can't. I would value it at 100. I think I got a steal at 75, even though it's an 8. So if you're not interested, I understand.
I'm fine with valuing it at 100. I feel like that's a little low for that.
He's gonna have a good year.
I'd say 25 on Moss.
How about 30?
I'd have to do 25 on that one.
That's fine.
And then this one I see the out of 5 at 220. That would be an out of 15. I would guess like 180. The patch is almost identical.
You say 180?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's. I might pull that out. Let's see. I'd be interested in your Freeman auto.
Okay. $50, $40, $65.
Can I see that, Ellie?
Yeah. It's probably an 8 if you send it in. It's got some corner issues with it.
Yeah, and then a lot more.
This is quickly transitioning from more of a buying opportunity to a trading opportunity, and you can see here he's asking about my Freddie Freeman Bowman rookie auto, as well as the Ellie De La Cruz Independence Day that I have. And I had a feeling that that card would either move last weekend in the Dallas Northern Kentucky show or this weekend at Xenia, and I figured it would be really good trade bait on some nice stuff. He's got mostly football in the stack. There is that Juan Soto card as well. And quite frankly, I could use the football more than I could use the baseball at the moment. I don't have as much of a problem getting in nice baseball as I do football because there's less demand for it. And I feel like I'm able to be a little bit more opportunistic with my baseball buys. With all that said, I want to make sure that I make a fair trade here for both sides, but I'm also willing to compromise maybe a little bit more just to get some new football stuff in. What do I see on it? They were dipping down there to like the low 4s for a minute, but I didn't even see these two, but
yeah. The Freeman, do you have any room on that?
I do.
I really want to be at 650 on those two together.
650 together.
Would we say 105 or 110 on these three?
50, 40, 65, so a little bit more.
150, 160, and 485.
I want to be a little less on this stack if we're a little less on this one, just to keep it like.
Yeah.
I'll do value for value, or I'll do like
Right.
buy price at buy price. So you wanted to be where on these 675 is what you said, or 650? 650. Okay.
As I talk over the clip here, he offers me a straight up trade with those 3 cards that we had kind of disagreed on the value on, as well as the ones that we did agree on for the Freeman and the Cruz, but I felt like I was kind of paying full price for his while giving him a discount on mine. So as you hear me say there, I kind of give value for value, right? If he wants to have the buy value at that price, that's fine, but I need kind of the buy value in return on this just to make it a little bit more congruent here. So I tell him, like, this is where I would want to be at if I was buying. Try to take out the other cards because I'd rather have the cash than some of these cards, to be frank, just because I feel like they're a little bit more than I want to pay on them, and he values them more. I don't want him to be unhappy with the trade on his end. And we agree to the terms on that. Now the question is, how much cash is he going to have to add? And that's what we have to figure out now to finish this deal.
881.
881.
We'll give you about 10 minutes.
Where is it?
894.
I mean, I got a pen. We can change those real quick, please.
These plus 250, you say?
Yeah.
Make sure you take care of our
So I put 200 on top.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you all coming.
I'll meet you halfway at 220. A little less than halfway, but 220.
I might hold on.
It's close enough.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Cool. 220 is close enough too.
Very pleased to end the video here with that trade. Overall, was another record-setting day for sales. I did make one more larger trade at the end of the show involving my Jamar Chase camo. Unfortunately, don't have the clip, but I'll talk more about it in a future video. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and as always, be kind.